For this episode of The Art of the Photoshoot, we head down under to a Melbourne Night Out. Welcome back. This is Greg with The Art of the Photoshoot, and we're going a couple years back, 2023, to Melbourne, or if you're from Australia, you know you don't say it like that, Melbourne. All right, us Americans call it Melbourne, I guess. This was such a fun photo shoot. So I probably took 300 plus pictures of Natalie this particular evening in Melbourne. And what you're looking at on the screen now is the top, what is that, 9? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Top 9 pictures. And that's a pretty good ratio, right? If you take 300 pictures and you have 9 that you think are winners, that's what, about 1 out of every 30 almost. That's batting pretty good for a photographer. So you take a few hundred pictures and you might have at least half a dozen or more that are winners, that are frameable. So let me tell you a little bit about this photo shoot. So we were in Australia. I titled this one Location, Location, Location. That's obviously a real estate term to suggest that you want to buy in a good location when you buy your house. But for photographers, you want to consider location as well. I mentioned in a previous video that if you're taking close-ups with a lot of background blur, it's not that important necessarily where you're at. You could shoot in any old park that has, you know, nice bushes around or something like that. But in this case, we had a lot of interesting things around us, a lot of architectural interest, brick buildings, balloons, colors on the walls, and just a lot of cool buildings and things like that, and lights that we took advantage. So took a little stroll around a certain suburb of Melbourne and came up with these amazing shots. The dress that Natalie's wearing here is something that she picked out specifically to do this photo shoot. So this isn't like her normal attire. She wouldn't go around dressed like this just for a night out, but in this case it was specifically for the photo shoot. So let's take a closer look at these top 9 pictures that we picked out of 300, and there they are. So a lot of variety here, aside from the fact that it is my wife Natalie in all of them and in the same dress, but the backgrounds, there's a lot of variety. So there's really no two that are very similar other than maybe these two with light, but let's zoom in a little bit. So here's Natalie. She's just a natural at doing these cool poses, but here's her in front of Christmas lights. It was Christmas time when we were there, so that's exactly what that was. This one, we're just sitting along a building. Over here, this is in front of a Chanel store, kicking the foot up. So something different every time. This one looks a little more action, as if we're at some busy street corner. It wasn't that busy, but just the trolley or the bus in the background makes it look like things are happening. Here we are about to hop on a rentable electric scooter, but I thought the background was really cool. That's why I took that shot. The balloons were perfect. They matched the dress and everything. So she's just doing a little model pose next to these balloons. Here's another action shot crossing the road, but you can see people blurred in the foreground, people blurred in the background. Sometimes that looks cool, gives an element of we're going somewhere, there's things going on, there's people everywhere. It also can be distracting, as this guy's pretty prominent in the picture, so I don't know, we'll see if that one makes the cut. Here's another one, just doing some poses next to these Christmas lights. And then one more with the balloons, so I guess we had 2 balloon ones that made the final cut. So overall, really cool variety, a lot of great shots to choose from. If I had to narrow it down, it's gonna look something like this. Here's my top 4, and I'll tell you why. This one, I love the white background, contrasts well with Natalie as the subject in the foreground. Pose is cool, right? It's like she's sitting on the edge here as if she's on a bench. It shows off the heels, right? These chunky heels that she's got going on. That's a great picture. This one stands out for sure as well because it shows off how cool her dress is, right? And it's got the long sleeve. She's reaching up as if she's twirling around like a ballerina or something like that. You still see action in the background, the lights from a car on this side. And on the other side, it's balanced with lights that are strung up on these trees. All right, her hair looks really good in this picture. It's just flowing evenly, flowing naturally. Her face is lit up with a lot of yellow on her face because it's borrowing light from these Christmas lights, so it gives an interesting look to her skin tone there. Now these other two that we picked, I just love how this background looks, but it's really not about the background. And now that I look up closely, there's a lot of noise in this picture, right? You photographers out there, you know what that phrase means, but if you're not familiar with it, noise is like that graininess, that pixelation that comes usually when there's not enough light to take the picture. So I did use a Canon L lens, fixed lens for these pictures, so you're able to open up the aperture a lot and let in a lot of light. And many of you know that those newer camera bodies, whether it's Canon, Nikon, or otherwise, have massive ISO range that is a measure of sensitivity to light on the sensor. So you can really pick up some great pictures in low light, and it was nighttime, it was dark out there, but if you zoom in a lot, you can see that it's still struggling to capture that picture. There's a lot of noise in the picture up close. And then the last one here is the balloon picture. Just love the look on her face here. This is just like a classic model pose. A little blur on the face, so I didn't nail it with this shot. It looks like probably had a narrow depth of field, and if anything, the focus was maybe a hit on her shoulder. It looks like her shoulder's in focus. So the face is a little bit blurry. Actually, parts of her dress are in focus as well. So, and the balloons, I guess, perhaps too. At some level, the balloons are in focus. The ones closer to us are blurry, but right about here, this one, that's the one that's in perfect focus. So whatever is that far away from the camera, the same distance as that balloon, like her hand, for example, that's the focus. So we got 4 really cool pictures here. And if I had to nail it down to one, what's the top picture from this photo shoot? I can't do it. It's a tie here. These two both turned out spectacular in my opinion, even though this one didn't hit perfectly on the focus, on the focal range. It's just such a cool idea. The dress happened to match these really cool Christmas balloons here. The brick building gives it like an older feeling as well. The look on her face is perfect. Didn't even notice, but she's wearing this Tiffany's necklace that I got for her a few years back. Looks awesome. And then this one, just a classic pose. The busyness of the street, the yellow light coming from these Christmas lights, showing off the heels. These are the winners. Now, if you're wondering, is 300 pictures too many pictures? No, it's not. It's not enough pictures. If you were in Melbourne with your wife, Natalie, and she looked like this in this dress, you would take hundreds and hundreds of pictures as well, which we did. Traveling the world with the love of your life reminds me of this song by Kenny Chesney. I don't think it's his song, actually. I think he covered it from someone else, but the lyrics go, "Out there's a world that calls for me, girl, heading out into the unknown, wayfaring strangers and all kinds of danger. Please don't say I'm going alone. To the ends of the earth would you follow me? There's a world that was meant for our eyes to see." Looking forward to our next travels. Hopefully you learned something about the art of the photo shoot. I have a lot more to share with you, so make sure you leave a comment, like, and subscribe, and I will see you next time.